It's okay. Off your mic. It's okay. She off your mic.
Chai! Now wow, people wey suppose talk truth to power don't off mic. And if we talk, now 500,000 they go summer us, call them hate speech. But fear not, Maiyegun don't come. Him go torchlight every corner, nooks and cranny of all these bad people where they spoil our country. So my people make we laugh, Maiyegun don't come, my people make we shout, Maiyegun don't come, Maiyegun don't come, man of the masses, Maiyegun don't come, Maiyegun diary politico, Maiyegun don't come, this one not the off in mind, Maiyegun don't come, and in the touchlight every corner, Maiyegun don't come. Okay, some people be they holla say they want the power. Chai, them be promise us say we go get light and power. Them hustle sote they can't get the power. But now they know they do anything with the power. Every day dollar just they get the higher power over naira. See them talk say make we off mind, but thank God say Maiyegun don't come. So my people make you ladder, Maiyegun don't come, my people make we shout, Maiyegun don't come, Maiyegun don't come, man of the masses, Maiyegun don't come, Maiyegun diary politico, Maiyegun don't come, this one not the off in mind, Maiyegun don't come, person where they do evil, no one make person talk. Them say that Maiyegun, that man too they talk. He too they talk. Say Maiyegun diary, he they hot like pepper. But every day then they take money in bulk. Woman picking, they the street they hawk. Still them talk say make we no talk. But thank God say Maiyegun don't come. So my people make you laugh, Maiyegun don't come, my people make you shout, Maiyegun don't come, Maiyegun don't come, man of the masses, Maiyegun don't come,
Thank you. Good evening to you. Good morning to you. Good afternoon to you from wherever you are watching from. This is Maiyegun live. I greet all of you and I miss you, by the way. And it's good to be back again tonight. So if you are just joining me, yes, share the broadcast. Invite your friends. Tell everyone that needs to know that Maiyegun today.
Ó sì tún ṣeré wàá gbọ́ níbẹ̀ o. Maiyegun diary politico. Godfatherism kò sí lọ́rọ̀ Maiyegun diary.
Thank you very much. Today is also the day that Chukwu Okike Abiyama gave the people of Biafra a very, very unique man, somebody that those who did not understand him or those who misunderstood him concluded and decided to condemn him. Mazi Nnamdi Kanu is 54 years old today. I'm going to talk about it because it's been celebration everywhere. Nobody will celebrate a terrorist. Would anybody celebrate a terrorist? Now, the Buhari, who is a terrorist, was in New York. Guys, I'm going to share that with you tonight. It was an embarrassment galore in New York. That is why you are meet and greets where they will arrange people to go and meet Buhari because he came to America. They have bundled him back to Abuja. Share the video.
Ọlọ́pàá tí ń darí bá ayé ìṣúra aṣòfin tí ń rúfin òwò ayé ìṣúra òwúrọ̀ olóṣèlú ayé ìṣúra ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀ṣúra kì.
Thank you, my dear brother. Iskill Omogbolawan, the guy who actually, wrote that song and sang it as, himself. And today, it's become the household name. If I probably have a chance, that could be a hit. Maiyegun today or Oyo. Maiyegun don't come, Oyo. This one, no day off a mic. Oyo. Iskill Omogbolawan, God will bless you for me in multiple fold. Now, thank you very much, every one of you, for joining me. Tonight, I have a sort of compilation of events that, give much credence to our efforts in gearing everybody up, from their slumber, realizing the lies that they have been told from generation to generation. People are now concerned. They don't want to sit back idly, waiting for something to change. Going out there, expressing your displeasure with a rigged system that continue to see innocent, vulnerable people massacred and killed in what has now been confirmed as state-sponsored terrorism. So standing up, speaking up, is your own effort of saying, I disagree. And guess what? It is making a very, very significant impact on this whole struggle. People may not give you all the credit. Yes, listen, whether you are for Biafran, or you are for Oduduwa Republic, or you are for our Middle Belt Alliance, everyone standing up, speaking out today, is, taking a position, okay? But one thing there is this. People may not give you all the credits right now. Some of them may even be feeling like, what is the effect of all this struggle? It's all noise. It is not all noise. Sincerely, they are feeling it more than you can ever imagine. Now, if nobody gives you the credits, hi, Maiyegun General, I am sending my handshake over to you, to every one of you out there, outside there, in the diaspora, ready to tell the world the truth about the situation in Nigeria. Buhari gave a speech inside the United Nations where he lied for 21 minutes, 56 seconds. Among the lies he told, right? Well, among them were that coronavirus that happened, that they built new hospitals all over the country, apart from the makeshift isolation center and that blah, blah, blah. They said they built as well. He said they built and upgraded all the medical facilities in Nigeria so as to be able to cope with coronavirus. He also said that his government was able to uplift people from the pang of coronavirus by spending money and giving money to millions of poor Nigerians. Lori Ro. Now, as he was lying inside there, lying his ass off, right there inside the United Nations headquarters, outside, Baba, those who came to protect the money queen, they were receiving the worst bashing of their lives. I have few clips I'm going to share with you on that. But for the record, the reason why they call this platform the diary is this. Most of what we discuss on Maiyegun's diary are the events and happenings At the same time, they are mainly for educational purposes. Something that that gives you the the clearer insight into the Nigerian politics, the politicians, the system generally, how they interwoven into themselves, all to work on one accord, that is to continue to deprive you, many of you, the real thing that makes you human. And the system that is rigged against you will always work against you. There is no two way to it other than what? Stand up, break it down, break it up completely. And that's why I appreciate your steps. Every one of us speaking out. People may not give you all the credit yet. In fact, they may not even be giving you any credit at all. But trust me, they are on fire. The same way they are doing Liejiriya in Nigeria, paying people 100 naira, 500 naira to go and protest against those who are standing up and asking the government of the country to do the right thing and be responsible for once. The government that failed to be responsible, that prompted the protests in the first place, the same government will go into the streets, pick on the vulnerable, well, maybe not fully impoverished ones, but for the free money's sake, they're able to mobilize from the same deprived their community that are asking the government to be responsible. So they'll pay them money, 500 naira, 1,000 naira. Depends on what mission they want them to go out there to do. Sometimes they pay them to attack genuine protesters instead of facing the demand of the protesters. That's in Nigeria. Baba, as much as Nigeria exports almost everything except anything productive, Nigerians are so religious, but they are not godly. Okay, they know all the tenets of religion, but at the same time, you will realize that their way, many of them who claim to be this religious, I'm talking about the hypocrites, yeah? When you check their way and how religious they are, ready to punish others who violate those things, and how they themselves get to violate them and play God, right? You realize that Nigerians are so religious, but majority are not really godly, okay? So we have so much of that to the point that we have nothing real to export. We exported the religion. One other thing we've managed to export is also this Liejiriya system of using the vulnerable to counter genuine protest and requests instead of facing the demand or the questions being asked during those public, disobedience. They took it to America. Package money inside their presidential jets. Yeah, the naira, the dollar that many of you real businessmen in Nigeria are struggling to get today. They blame Aboki Forex, Aboki FX. Aboki FX is the reason why dollar is rising in Nigeria and naira is crashing. Now they've suspended Aboki Forex for almost a week now. Yeah, and since that time, naira has crashed further by almost 12 pounds. 12 naira. Okay. Naira to pound sterling now is 775 naira to a pound sterling. Now they blame somebody else for it. Meanwhile, the little they could manage to grab, they loaded it inside their presidential jet and they flew to New York. After putting together a fraud, a lie, where Buhari was begging the world to give them debt forgiveness. I'm even coming to that. They took money to New York and they started looking for homeless people who are not even Nigerians. And they started giving them money. I have a clip. I hope I have it loaded here. I can share that with you. They were sharing your naira. In Nigeria, all of you, Lagos Abobakus, Oshogbo Alimajiris, all of you, Buhari Danes, Buhari Diderens, the Buhari Dinotus, the Buhari Dijatus, Buhari Shuku, Zungo Ziaris, Uneka Haris, obedient fools, sophisticated morons, and then on-boot slaves, including many of you who are actually the social media bandits, Facebook ads men. All of you, the clan of Buhari Diot and the Cyber Barbarians in Nigeria, when they need you to validate their election, they pay. Some of you don't even get paid. It's just like this slave mentality that makes you to love your slave masters, because you know there is no way you can get out of the slavery mentally. You get what I mean now? Some of you are just there to ensure that your oppressors are still there, so that you can still feel like, yes, you have something you are standing for, even though you are a waiting, a walking dead or a waiting victim, just like everybody else, those who don't even support the criminal. But in Nigeria, when they actually want to pay you, in your naira, your trashy, dirty naira, worthless naira, they will give you 1,000 naira, 5,000 naira to go and thumbprint your destiny and the destiny of your children, generation of your children that are coming, including those of you who are actually so vulnerable right now. They give you 5,000 naira, Ankara, 5 yard, Ankara wrap, Omo detergent or clean detergent, or they will give them a frying pan or a plastic bowl to go and vote for a criminal that is going to tell them to turn to God after electing him. You know, I was talking about being religious but not godly. If you are godly, you will obey the right thing that your religion actually teaches you, right? But because they want to tell you that they are religious, but they are not godly, they will tell you, do not touch or speak ill of my anointed, and the rest of all those blah, 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 right? So you did not elect God, right? But you collect money to elect criminals, the regular criminals, the ones that can win election according to your own dictates. Those who don't have that money to give you, they can never win election. And that's what brought you to your PDP, APC nonsense. But here is the point. Your value as a Nigerian, your value, your total value to these guys, if you choose to sell it, they put it at 5,000 naira. If you are so big enough. But for those of you who are at the bottom of it, they'll give you 1,000 naira, okay, to go and thumbprint your destiny away. When people go out there to protest against criminality of the government and all this chaos, the criminals who brought the chaos, they will blame somebody else. Then they will come back to you. You that will be the victim of those bandits. They will come back to you and they will say, you need to go and protest and tell those people that they are lying. Government is doing better. How much are they going to give you? 1,000 naira. Now, your 1,000 naira is just like $2 now, okay? In America, where people who have nothing to do with Liejiriya, just sitting down there on the street of New York, homeless people, they approached them and they were giving them $300, $100, $200. Now, $100, let's even use $100. Every homeless person, they use your money to give $100 in America to go and say one Liejiriya, United Nigeria, blah, 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 nonsense, organized by Issa Pandemic and the garbage show who are in America, supported by Femi Okponu Adesina. Now, in America, they are giving $100 minimum. $100 is how much in your naira? 580. What am I even saying? Yeah, your naira is 580 naira to $1. Yeah, that's 58,000 naira, isn't it? 58,000 naira for people who know nothing about your problems, who knows nothing about your poverty, who knows nothing about your children being kidnapped, and you paying ransom in millions to terrorists in Nigeria, who knows nothing that the Boko Haram's government in Nigeria has freed over 8,000 repentant terrorists, even though every day we receive the news of Nigerian soldiers or security agents killed by the same repentant terrorists in Nigeria. Now, these guys in America will have nothing to do with your Nigeria. They pack your money and they went to America just to show that since the Biafrans are in America, at the United Nations, all of them there, The Yoruba Nation agitators, Nenas, they are there. We have to tell the world that these people are lying and they have to go for the homeless people in this 2021, that people can interview people, ask questions. Sorry that I am actually going on and on and on with that. I hope you get what I'm saying now. You have no value to them. And I remember telling people that if you look at the way these people treat you and the way they treat the country, you cannot pretend not to know why people are now saying they've had enough. They are not, in fact, ready to continue to subsidize these lazy criminals in your government. The ones there, those ones in the past, and those that are also agitating to take over. When you look at the injustice, the impunity that has prompted people to say, we've had enough, then you will realize that the effort to try to resell that brand to the world won't move. And this is why. You have a country that is so poorly managed, enough that those who are asking for something different are becoming victims. In fact, victims of the state-sponsored killings, including everyone associated with them. People are being propped up on trumped-up charges on crimes that they cannot even prove themselves. Okay? Now, the Yoruba Nation agitators, the Biafran agitators in America, they helped us to give Buhari and gang a run for their money. And back home, back in Nigeria, the news came out 2 days ago. And yesterday, it was a thing, right? The Nigerian National Youth Service Corps, the people in charge of the National Youth Service in Nigeria, they gave this, this handbook or something to the new, the new corps members. And in that, they told them about they painted a picture of a degenerated Nigeria, security-wise. Okay. If you ever get kidnapped, number one, they told them how, or let's say the path or the roads that they should not try to pass through whenever they are traveling to the north. The National Youth Service Corps in Nigeria was established after the Civil War by Gowon. They wanted to use it to build a national unity, whereby newly graduated students, those new graduates, they will have the honor of serving the country, their country, Nigeria, for 1 year. And that service will take them to every different part of the country in order to build national cohesion and unity and other fraud they put together there, right? However, over time, the same scheme, many people have called for the scrap of the scheme that is already kind of is outlived its purpose and its relevance. And then it's also riddled with corruption, like every other thing that has to do with Liejiriya. But the current situation has now become more alarming, especially to parents who managed in their way to train their children through school, through the same rigged school system in Nigeria. Now, they will have to go and serve for a year. If you are from the southern part of Nigeria, you stand a chance of being transferred to the northern part of the country. Now, they are telling those who are going that if you found your way in any time that you are traveling through the Kaduna-Abuja Expressway, just know that, number one, you have to call your family members and tell them where you are and where you are going. At the same time, if you get kidnapped, you must have somebody to call to pay ransom. Okay, but if you are in a place that is becoming dark, they advise you to go and sleep in police station, any nearby police station in so many parts of the country. This is just to say, if you are a corps member, if you are a corps member, a new graduate, and you want to go and serve, and you are posted to northern Nigeria, you have to do two things. One, if you are from southern Nigeria, never been to northern Nigeria, and you still want to go, in your own interest, you better go and buy air tickets, go and fly to avoid the road where bandits can kidnap you. If you are posted to remote area, first check, do they have internet or network there before you go? And the third one, which is actually the most important one, why do you want to go and risk your life? To go and serve in a place, to prove what exactly? The question many people are asking themselves. Some said to serve Liejiriya is not by force, but the scheme of NYSC has become poverty alleviation program. It is no longer about service because, they will be paid 30,000 naira every month. They call it alawi. So which means just go to where you are posted to. The government will give you 30,000 naira every month for 1 year. So many people know that the Nigeria of today has become even worse. They know those who could manage to do something while they are still in school are finding alternative of surviving, earning money than to wait to work. Then they use the NYSC as poverty alleviation program, and they collect that money for 1 year. After that, you are on your own. So people are now saying, do you want to go? Or if you have to go as a patriotic Nigerian, in your own, for your own safety, in your own interest, and especially in the interest of your parents or your guardians, right? You are advised those roads. They have come out to deny it, or whatever. What have they ever, accepted that they did? They did. So in one of those pages, there are videos as well, but time won't let me share that with you because of other things I'm still going to share tonight. But in one of the highlighted section of the handbook, they said, whenever you are traveling, when traveling in high-risk roads, such as Abuja, Kaduna, Abuja, Lokoja, Okene, or Aba, Port Harcourt roads, then alert your family members, friends, and colleagues in order to have someone on hand to pay off the ransom that could be demanded. They said they didn't issue this paper. They said they deny it, but people have the copy with them. There are many other components of this, circular. Well, it's not circular, by the way, it's an handbook. If you have your own copy, record it properly, page by page, right? And there are many other information there. Usually they hand them this book whenever they get to their camp. In the camp, they will hand them this called like the rules, everything you have to do. But for the security parts, that is where they told them, you must know that you have somebody on hand to pay ransom. If Nigeria posts you to Zamfara, on your way, if they kidnap you, call your family. Do you get that now? You are on your own. And that has actually been the case, okay? Don't let us pretend that we are surprised, all right? Don't let us pretend that we are surprised. That has been the case. If you ever get kidnapped in Nigeria, the things that the politicians, what they do is that they will check and see if they can write memo to collect money that they will term as security money because of the kidnapped this and that. They will steal that. It is the family of those kidnapped that will go and raise money for ransom. We have evidence of that. We have those survivors who paid ransom after being kidnapped, okay? Now, you see that one that said E, the one I read earlier. Let me go back onto that. You see this one, right? That says E. Continuation of that is very tiny. I can't bring it on the screen, right? The continuation, which is the F, says, be at your guards in your immediate environment and remain suspicious all the time. While moving within the urban centers, avoid isolated roads. Take only basic requirements. While traveling, do not accept offers of lift to unfamiliar places. Dress moderately while on journey, especially by road. Delete all financial or business transactions from communication gadget, such as iPad or handsets. Security conscious. So for those of you who won't go. So G, in that booklet, they said identify secure places such as police stations or police posts or road safety posts or military barracks or even hospital along your route. So as you are traveling, make sure you pay attention to signboard, you know, the signboards, right? So if you see anything that says so hospital here, so police station here, pay attention to them. That's security, being security conscious in case they kidnap you and you want to describe. So preparing your mind for what will likely be your destiny or your situation if you embark on it. Some of you are already on that road. I wish you safe trip. Okay? Safe trip. That's all I can wish you. All right? And then you can follow this information so that you can probably be safe. There is a H part of it. Says, identify the danger points along your route, including sharp bends, tight curves, or railway crossings that block your views from seeing far front or back. High. When you see barricades along the road from a distance that you suspect are not mounted by law enforcement agents, react, slow down, or ask the driver to do so. J, or Jai, as we say, we call it here in Scotland, Jai. In this period of ICT, do not travel with communication gadgets like laptops, iPad, handset, and other electronic facilities that you stored personal information such as finances, net worth, investment and business dealings, as kidnappers will charge according to your worth. Similarly, do share such information with only family members and business partners. K, always keep a low profile and avoid ostentatious lifestyle. No do loud as a you copper. If then grab you, you go pay ransom, and NYSC no go get anything to do with you. Are you with me? Your 30,000 alawi for 1 year. How much is 30,000 there for 1 year? Is that not 360,000 naira? So you need to weigh your options, okay? You will collect 360,000 naira for 1 year, total money. And at the same time, follow this instruction if you have to go. Because if them grab you, kidnappers know they take thousands. Oh. I think they start from 10 million. It depends. Up to you. Follow this. They said keep low profile. No do loud. No they do doings when you go. And if under threat of kidnap, do not respond in good time or directly, but notify the Nigerian police force and other pertinent agencies like DSS. Excuse me, how do you contact the Nigerian police force when you are about to be kidnapped? Does anyone have a clue? And how many times have you heard that people are about to be kidnapped and they dialed 111 and the Nigerian police came, combatant police, and they ended up arresting the kidnappers and rescue people? Because I can give you instances where many people have been questioning the rationale, the possibility of kidnappers coming into a community on hundreds of bikes, motorcycles, come into a community and then kidnap over 200 school children undetected for hours. They lasted and they moved them into the forest undetected. So does that mean that nobody could actually call the police 111? I don't know if you know any direct number to the police in Nigeria whenever you are about to be kidnapped. As a youth copper, it's up to you. Guys, let's go to America. Meanwhile, thank you so much for joining me. If you are just joining, yes, today is Mazi Nnamdi Kanu's birthday, and we can take this moment to say happy birthday to him. Let me use that as a little break to show you how people in Biafra land have been reacting, celebrating, and then asking the government of Liejiriya to let Mazi Nnamdi Kanu go. Let Biafra go. The calamity that people have told us will befall Nigeria are already befalling Nigeria. Some of you are just saying, I reject it in the name of Jesus. I reject it by the blood of this and by the blood of that. I do this, I do that. Listen to me. Some of us are not that spiritual. But me, Maiyegun, the one that loves to be, that's always curious about everything. When the Biafrans tell you, Biafra is a spirit, you think they are stupid, Abi? Because you don't believe in spirit, yeah? Okay. Since they hold Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, since they have been fighting Biafra, they have focused most of their attention on fighting and crushing the IPOB, but Nigeria seems to be the one crushing, crumbling right before everybody's eyes. And people are so scared right now about what the future holds. And they said, let us go. Leave us, let's go. And you can deal with yourselves. If Yorubas want to stay, let them stay. If others want to stay, but let us go. If you don't let us go, you remember the story of the people of Israel when they are kept and they're locked up in Egypt. Even if you don't really believe it, if you know they're alive during that time, trust me, you cannot pretend that this is looking like it. Some of you are saying, what will be the end result? The end result is that freedom fighting, liberation fighting is contagious. Now, they are not the only people asking to leave now. Yorubas are now asking to leave. And you know, say when we put our leg inside something like that, and we know that they are not that such arrangement is not being sponsored by those who want to remain in Liejiriya. You know, say now we don't they come with that. So they kidnap Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. They are scared to take him to court. They are afraid to actually even present their case against him. They are holding him against his will. People are being kidnapped and killed. Nigeria continue to dedicate energy on how to crush IPOB, how to crush the Biafran. They couldn't do it. They lost focus. Why Nigeria born? They said narrow fiddles. Why Rome born? Buhari continues to chase shadow. Why Nigeria born? All of you getting burnt in Nigeria, you may not believe in spirituality. Okay, I don't to some extent, but I respect it because it is some myth that if you pay attention very well, they say, physically and spiritually, but I think practically it's beginning to make sense that even if it doesn't seem like the story, the story of the Israelites from Egypt, can you please pay attention to the fact that Buhari's government waging war on the people of southern Nigeria, waging economic jihad on the people who actually runs the economy of Nigeria, the people of eastern Nigeria, the Biafrans. They targeted them when they started the dollar round tripping, where many businesses, because Nigeria is a dumping ground, and that is what the politicians have made it so. When they, private businesses who are ready to really invest, for example, where you don't have electricity in a country, how do you then promote that will eventually increase employment? In fact, it also increase the tax generation and more money for government. When you have such government killing business on its own, as if that is not enough, they also put together drastic, chronic, selfish, and greedy policies that allows them to steal from these businesses like unchallenged without any responsibilities, right? Businesses are dying. Nigerians are bearing the brunt of the scarcity that those businesses, the extinction of those businesses are bringing. And if you look at those dying businesses or relocating businesses, majority of them are owned by the people of Biafra land. And it is deliberate. They are those who do importation. I get 40 containers on the sea. That's Emeka talking about his business from China that will arrive, that should arrive next week. He has everything figured out. The money for clearance, the money to pay for his stock and all of that. Only for Buhari, the mannequin from Daura, the illiterate from Daura, the one that now has enforced Buhari on the rest of the country, suddenly just brought about a change in the monetary policy. Emeka could no longer fulfill the exchange rate that he budgeted to fulfill and then to complete his business and his trade with his business partners abroad, because Emegad has decided to put Sansan for his Gari. He is not doing anything, but he wants to rake more from Emeka. By the time time Emeka or Uche's containers arrived in Nigeria, remember, since Boko Haram and gang are those that are controlling the ports, they can decide if they want to clear Emeka's goods or not. If they want his goods and stocks to go into demurrage so that he can incur more debt in clearing them, so he can go into more debt and in fact go into his security with his financial security, ruin his financial security with his bank, and eventually possibly have his business collapse. You may not know all of this because to you, that's too much of a thing to actually process. It is not too much. There is something called ripple effect. And when I continue to tell you that what Boko Haram and gang are doing to southern Nigeria is called economic jihad. Okay? An economic jihad is to deliberately put together monetary policies that targeted southern businesses and exempt every northern business or businessman or woman from such drastic and chronic, devilish, personal, policies. For example, when Emeka will be exchanging a dollar for 570 naira, Dangote will be getting it for 50 naira to $1. How is that competitive? How is that fair? Just same way the quota system in Nigeria says you have to make sure your son or your daughter gain or score more than 150 in a common entrance examination before he or she can gain an entrance into the Unity School quota system. And the same quota system says while you are struggling with JAMB to gain admission to study the course of your choice in the university or colleges in Nigeria, because of where you come from, those students from northern Nigeria are in fact being begged to try and score 2 in that same JAMB. Listen, this does not mean that there are no better students in northern Nigeria, okay? We've had some outstanding of them. Many of them are also outstanding, right? And enough for those criminals to know that quota system is outdated. But they didn't put quota system there to educate their children or to make them competitive. The quota system is to lower the standard of those that will be ruling you, those that will be making laws for you, those that will be implementing those laws, those that will be making decisions for you. And since they have of a low quality, right? Of course, you will get a destroyed and disastrous economy. You will get a completely ruined security system, and a giant of Africa, a supposedly giant of Africa, will become so obsolete and incapable of fighting miscreants in a section of the forest of that country. When you have incompetent people, a system that encourages and promotes them to a position of decision makers, then what do you get? Buharinomics. Buharinomics is an economic jihad that does not target the economy of the North. The only way they target the economy of the North is to ensure that the bar, is completely under the ground. They did not just lower the bar, they buried the bar. Therefore, Boko Haram bandits, terrorists, and all manner of them can be considered as repentant whenever they choose to milk their people, while the destruction, the total destruction and annihilation of most part of northern Nigeria continues. Again, that's an economic jihad, because as Nigeria become poorer and Nigeria spend more money to fight the same terrorists that the government of Nigeria is releasing, you pay more, and more money that should go into development are going to funding the banditry and kidnapping industry in Nigeria. Do you understand the low bar I'm talking about? It is deliberate. And today, people are saying, let us go. Mazi Nnamdi Kanu said, we are not going to break away from Nigeria. No. Don't use that word on us. You have done so much damages that even when people don't want to admit to them, because the ripple effect of the attack on the businesses of the South is not limited to the monetary policies of the Boko Haram's government. It's beyond that. There is also a calculated attempt to further terrorize the southern Nigeria by forcing us to part with our own ancestral lands where our own forefathers, our forebearers were buried as a mark of where they come from. They insist that we have to give lands if we want peace. That too is also one of the reasons why people said, listen, we are not going to break up like that. Of course, you have your friends and families across the Niger, as they say, who are still interested in one Liejiriya. Of course. But how do we separate those who want to stay from those who want to leave? Very simple. Referendum. Same way they are organizing the shamble election they are talking about today. Some of it that they are going to drag you into, brainwash you into believing that once that election happens, other things will begin to happen. Do not be too naive to believe that. It is the same energy of organizing an election to, well, it's not even an election, selection, to validate the fraud every 4 years. It is the same energy that you can put together for people asking for self-determination, right? Let them go for referendum. Let those who want to be part of Nigeria stay. Let those who want to leave say, yes, they want to leave. Count the numbers. If those who want to leave are above 50%, they have it. Let the process of a breaking up of Nigeria begin. Is that too much? Of course, that's how reasonable people do things. If you have to waste your energy, I think it should be wasted on those who are making up their mind to leave, on how to try and make them stay. But as Nigeria is, what will make you stay if you have the option of leaving peacefully? And that's what took everybody to United Nations. But let me stop by in Biafra land, where people decided to celebrate a man that they were blessed with. I don't know if I pronounced that word right, and that is Chukwu Okike Obiama, the Almighty Chukwu that gave you and blessed you with Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. Let me take a drink while we wish him a very, very wonderful happy birthday and a prosperity that will make his life longer enough, because he is a prosperity to an average Biafran, to all Biafrans, those who agree and those who disagree. Nnamdi Kanu is a blessing. Yes, you may not completely agree with his style. You may not completely agree with the IPOB style. Trust me, freedom is sweet. If you can smell it, if you can imagine it, you will hate slavery. Mental slavery is the 21st century slavery. Some of you are not in chains. But you see, your ignorance is your chain. And by the time you open up, trust me, yes, we will agree to disagree, but you will know this guy is a blessing. I want to dance to this. Yes. Oh, sorry, man. Sorry. Yeah, that's a good one. Not just that. There's even another one. Again, in celebration, there are many online today, and I came across this few, and I think I should share that to celebrate him today. Here's another one.
Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Egwa balance n'ekwili. Ana m ekwili gị n'ụtụtụ, ana m ekwili gị n'efifie. Na-ekwili gị n'abalị, odogwu ị ga-adị kechi. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Odogwu njem ọnụ. Ndị ilo na-eme na nkịtị. Afa ka m na-agbalị. Ị ga-adị ndụ n'ụwa o. Wefu Biafra. Ife amemeghị n'ụwa. Ebe isi na anyị ga-enwela onwe anyị. Wee bulie n'isi ife ọma ga-abụ nke ga. Eze nkotonko nyuru mkpuchi. Ndị ilo na-eme na nkịtị. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you.
God bless you, brother. Thank you so much for that. That's not all. Before I go to the New York, which is the hottest part of this conversation tonight, okay? Father Mbaka also added his own voice to this. Free Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. We wish him happy birthday. We wish him long life in good health, for him to continue to be able to shepherd the righteous and faithful, loyal Biafrans who believe in freedom, and they know that the destination, home, is Biafra. Whatever comes, rains, sun, wind, whatever it is, home is Biafra. And yes, may he live long. He say, Father Mbaka, ladies and gentlemen.
To kill. There are thousands who are more tough than Nnamdi Kanu. In Yoruba land, in Hausa land, in Igbo land, Nnamdi is just a spokesperson. He has never touched an ant. What is he doing there? You think he have arrested who? Even when he has announced the sit at home should stop, people should begin to go for businesses on Monday. But now go out. Even government houses are locked up on Monday. Okay? But then Nnamdi is still there, asking that everybody should go out on Monday to school, to businesses. So Nnamdi Kanu is not a problem. So Igbo leaders should rise up. Come together and go for your brother. Go for our brother, go for our son. Look for where he is. Nnamdi Kanu is a gift to Nigeria. We can't lose him like that. Such an ingenious brain. Such a courageous brain cannot be wasted. If the roads are working fine, will you say there's no road? If our youth are well employed, will you say they're not employed? If farmers are not being killed in the farm, will you begin to agitate? How can you be listening? You call for, how about Mama Ngozi then? Oh, she had been.
Do you understand? That is actually what makes the IPOB, stronger in Eastern Nigeria. That's why they can't really be crushed. Okay, whatever all those criminals are telling you in Nigeria and all those bragging and all of that, they are dedicating and wasting energy on a lost battle. The people are behind him, and I love that message. Go for our brother Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. You Igbo politicians, Igbo political leaders, religious leaders, go. Mbaka cannot go to Aso Rock anymore. You know the story. Say they were friends before, but they don't throw. Trailer don't pass between them, and he can no longer go and see Buhari. All right, but that's Buhari for you. Let's go to America, where Buhari told the world he built you hospitals. If you are watching me from Nigeria, okay, please do us a favor, right? Tell me in the comment section on Facebook, on YouTube. Let us know where you are watching from in Nigeria, and tell us which of the hospitals they built in your own state or in your local government. After you watch this video, it can be annoying, but for the record, please listen to Buhari today at the United Nations General Assembly meeting.
In addition, over 40,000 healthcare workers have recently been trained on infection prevention and control measures with the support of various partners. Nigeria remains grateful for the assistance received from our partners and friends all over the world. Vaccination is the key to our safe emergence from the pandemic. We fully support the COVAX initiative, from which we have benefited. We also thank the United States of America, Turkey, India, China, European Union, and others for the vaccines provided. Despite the acknowledgement, however, I would like to reiterate my call for a fairer and more equitable distribution of vaccines in all countries so that together we can fight and contain the pandemic. The rising wave of newer and more contagious strains makes this even more urgent. No country can afford the socio-economic implications of prolonged shutdown. It is imperative to underscore that no one is safe until everyone is safe. Mr. President, Nigeria remains deeply concerned over the illicit trade, transfer, and circulation of small arms and light weapons. Their excessive accumulation and uncontrolled spread in many regions of the world are having devastating humanitarian and socio-economic consequences, especially on the continent of Africa. It is on this note that my delegation calls for the worldwide application of the Arms Trade Treaty to codify accountability in conventional arms trade, which is critical to the security of nations. This is in recognition of the need for a broad-based global partnership in the ongoing battle against transborder crimes, including terrorism and piracy. Mr. President, we must deal not only with the symptoms of conflict, but also the immediate causes that fuel conflicts in the first place. These include poor and undemocratic governance, human rights abuses, poverty, ignorance, injustice, and inequalities. There are no easy solutions to these conditions. They require long-term investments and more effective international cooperation. In this connection, my delegation underscores the importance of promoting peaceful, unfettered, and inclusive participation of states in global actions towards conflict prevention. This will facilitate the achievement of the 2030 Agenda for Sustainable Development and the African Union Agenda 2063. In West Africa especially, our democratic gains of the past decades are now being eroded. The recent trend of unconstitutional takeover of power, sometimes in reaction to unilateral changes of constitution by some leaders, must not be tolerated by the international community. Nigeria fully supports the efforts of ECOWAS to address this growing challenge and appreciates the support of both the African Union and the United Nations. In this regard, I would like to reiterate that as leaders of our individual member states, we need to adhere to constitutional provisions of our countries, particularly on term limits. This is one area that generates crisis and political tension in our sub-region. Mr. President, Nigeria is fully committed to nuclear non-proliferation and has always supported the view that it should involve all states. Disarmament conventions deserve the support of all states, small, large, nuclear, or non-nuclear. Nuclear weapons remain the ultimate agents of mass destruction, and their total elimination should be the final objective of all disarmament processes within the broad spectrum of goals being pursued.
Sorry, I think it's getting boring at some point. If you want to see the full clip, I'm going to advise that I have a copy of that on Maiyegun's Diary Political that you can watch. Sorry if that sound suddenly just went up there. I had to adjust it because he was speaking like somebody who is really sick. Okay, there's other part to it, but outside the United Nations headquarters, I'll show you what was going on. One of them is this. Watch.
Government corrupt America. One Nigeria. One Nigeria. One Nigeria.
They gave them money. They gave them money. They are not Nigerian, right?
They got them paid. They got paid. That's no protest. That is fraud. And that's what Nigeria is.
They brought fraud Nigeria. They brought fraud from Nigeria to America again. They brought fraud from Nigeria to America again. And you're happy. It's a shit.
No, I'm not fighting it. These people are ignorant. They don't know anything about Nigeria. So the Nigerian embassy, they called me to come and join them so that we can get paid for $50. So that we can do this. This is fraud. I'm sorry. It's because I'm really angry to see my brothers defending a fraudulent government. That is why I'm like this. I am not committing any offense. I stand on the truth. I stand on the truth.
That's calm, calm. Our president is calm. He brought 419 to America too to come and scam people.
Nigeria kill people every day. Nigeria is a failed state. Nigeria is a terror nation. Nigeria is a failed state. Nigeria is a terrorist. You are an old man.
I want to go to the I want to go to Nigeria.
Where are you from? Hausa? You know how they kidnap your nation?
In Kano, Kaduna. In Kano, Kaduna. When have you been last in Nigeria? I just came back 3 days ago. You are a liar. Mention in North. Mention 3 streets in North. Mention 3 streets in North.
The people that are killing are not Nigerians.
Bro, you got to fuck. You got to fuck. If you have one Nigeria, go home. I should bless you. Go home. Go home. Go home. Go back to Nigeria and say that and dress like this and let them see you. I just came back from Nigeria. Look at you. Go and sit down. Get a phone. You gotta respect yourself. Get a phone out of me. Get a phone. You are a useless man. Are you a citizen? I'm a citizen too. Are you
Oh, God bless you, all of you that appeared in that video, and some of you who didn't appear. You know why I appreciate you guys is that what you did is to tell them that nobody is going to buy all those RNG PR that they do for them when they come to America. Not just Buhari. There are many of them you have to do that too. It's just that this one is pretty much good. I love it. All right. So when people realize that it was the Nigerian embassy in New York, they are the ones paying the money. Okay. The Kuku Soya mo go there to the embassy. Outside the embassy, ladies and gentlemen,
exit Nigeria. Middle belt exit Nigeria. Nigeria is a terrorist country. The president is a terrorist, supporting terrorism in Nigeria. Free Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. Free the indigenous people of Nigeria. Free every indigenous person of Nigeria. Save their life. Nigeria is a terrorist country. That's what Nigeria has become under President Muhammadu Buhari, the imposter president Muhammadu Buhari. Nigeria became a terrorist country. Killings, maiming, raping, all areas of Nigeria. We can't stand it. We can't take it no more. Referendum now. Nigeria must go down. Nigeria must go down. The indigenous people must be freed. Nnamdi Kanu must be freed. Sunday Igboho must be freed. All the prisoners, freedom fighters must be freed. NSAS protesters must be freed. Nigeria must go down. Fulani possesses an existential threat in Nigeria. They are killing us, maiming us, raping us, burning our houses, burning our properties. We want Nigeria to go down. Nigeria must 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 go down.
You see, there's something I love about what I do. and what many people like myself, what they do on YouTube, on social media, enlightening people to be able to know the truth. You see, there are things you can't hide for long in this age and time, okay? If you are really good at it, just bring it on, unfettered, unfiltered, and then unadulterated, right from the source, straight to the people, where you don't water it down through what they call editorial, editing. Social media is great. We can use it for a great deal and make a great deal of difference. We have used this social media to enlighten, educate people to understand what they think. They usually think is complicated. People don't really want to talk much about Nigeria. Someone said, when I talk about Nigeria, it just gives me a headache. You see, I don't want, but today, people now understand better. They know when to react and what to say. You see, if you don't know what to say in a discussion, you will always be somebody who just have to listen to the balderdash that those who can talk but talk rubbish say. Do you understand that now? But when you can engage, key point, vibes. I love that lady. I wish I know her personally. Somebody sent me the video. And if you are watching me, Maiyegun is telling you that if I can hold you right now, yeah, wearing our masks, I will give you a cuddle. I will hug you. Okay, I'll just give you this. I say, thank you. Because you see those bullet points that you were firing, that actually makes that video sensible. Because you know what you're talking about. And I have so many people following Maiyegun's Diary Politico that have told us here that since they've been following Maiyegun's Diary Politico, they have been able to grasp the exact situation of Nigeria politically, religiously, traditionally, tribally, even ethnically, and every other thing that people try to use to deviate from the real problem as some things are called distractions. Now, people now understand them, and every day they say, Maiyegun, please don't stop. And I keep replying, I'm not stopping. Look at the effects. Who is not proud? How many of you are now so confident to tell people why Nigeria should break up? With what you have now learned, what you have now possibly been able to piece together, pair together, and say, wow, oh man, this is actually fraud. This doesn't make any sense. Why have I been believing these lies all this long? And since the moment you know the truth, trust me, you will no longer want to hold on to lies. And that's the reaction you are seeing out there. Wherever they go, people will react, people will respond. And every day people know why they are not meant to be welcome anywhere. Usually they will still be in New York now. They will say Buhari is meeting Nigerians. But at the embassy, where they will host him and organize people that they will sit down, they will say they are Nigerians in New York. Now the place people occupy, I don't know why I love this video. I want to play it again because there's another one.
End Nigeria to save lives. Referendum now. Biafra nation. Oduduwa nation. Ariwa must exit Nigeria. Middle belt exit Nigeria. Nigeria is a terrorist country. The president is a terrorist. Supporting terrorism in Nigeria. Free Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. Free the indigenous people of Nigeria. Free every indigenous person of Nigeria. Save their life. Nigeria is a terrorist country. That's what Nigeria has become under President Muhammadu Buhari, the imposter president, Muhammadu Buhari. Nigeria became a terrorist country. Killings, maiming, raping, all areas of Nigeria. We can't stand it. We can't take it no more. Referendum now. Nigeria must go down. Nigeria must go down. The indigenous people must be freed. Nnamdi Kanu must be freed. Sunday, Igboho must be freed. All the prisoners, freedom fighters must be freed. NSAS protesters must be freed. Nigeria must go down. Fulani possesses an existential threat in Nigeria. They are killing us, maiming us, raping us, burning our houses, burning our properties. We want Nigeria to go down. Nigeria must 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 go down.
A sister, Abigail Akindele, said she's the one in that whose voice we are hearing in the background. Oh, if that is you, some said that if you listen to that voice very well, she sounded like a Biafran lady, an Igbo lady. But again, Abigail says she's the one. So Abigail, if it's you, right? I don't want to blow you kiss, right? But I'm going to give you this hug. Okay, thank you. Keep it up. You are doing well, okay? Because you see, there's another one. That one no nice at all. I decided to play it last from the same place in New York today.
Ole! 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 Criminal association! Ole! Criminal association! Ole!
I don't know why bros just decided to start alert the people that ole. You see that guy? That guy initially was trying to form a commando, like Jackie Chan, like all of that stuff, telling people, you know, all that stuff like Nigeria. People can't change them. No joke. There are some other videos I don't want to share with you. I want to work on them before I use them tomorrow. It was a big one. They decided to quickly smuggle the money queen to the airport after giving that speech there. Straight is on his way to Abuja now. And guess what? Oh, so sad, yeah? By the time he lands in Abuja, you go know so your trouble don't land again. And as usual, it will be like one bad news after the other. Okay? So, free Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. Okay, free Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, give us a referendum, and we are not saying Buhari should. He's not going to be the one to give it. So don't think I'm actually asking him to. I'm asking those people of goodwill, everyone who knows the danger that Buhari and gang have put Nigeria into today, where your children are now being read the riot act to protect themselves against kidnappers, and in fact, prepare them to pay ransom and have one of you on a direct straight dial so that they can call you whenever they get kidnapped. Now, these are not pointers that you should be preparing to go into an election for. Your children will be sacrificed. You will be sacrificed. And regrettably, yeah, even if you don't have any support for Buhari, if you love your people, stand up now and join others and demand that the best to do, no, it's not election. No, it shouldn't be an election. It should be conversation around if people still want to be part of Nigeria and under what condition. We were never asked to be part of Nigeria. Okay, we were forced to be part of it. Even if this is going to be what will save us, it is ideal and it is better. It is the right thing to do to have that conversation. Give us referendum. Let's begin the process locally. Let's begin the talk. Let's begin the conversation. Okay. And yes, we can do it. I've seen the proof. I've seen that our people, and don't let anybody tell you that you are trying to cause war in Nigeria. You are trying to save the lives of those who are under the jihadists, Buhari and gang in Nigeria. Because you know why? It is your money, my money, many of us' money, right? That actually get remitted back into that Nigeria. That is saving the chunk of that country from the pang of Buhari's poverty. Many of you know what I'm talking about. And as poverty escalates in Nigeria, so is your own, debt, where you have to pay more helping people who are falling into poverty, family members, friends, even random people on social media, just to reach out, because you know that, Nigeria is biting everybody in a way. So we pay a lot to save Nigeria. $33 billion annual remittance into Nigeria is not a joke. That's how much Buhari, traveled all over the world, capping and begging people to give him free money to borrow, and then subject you, including your children and their generation coming after them, to perpetual enslavement. Look at the Naira. That wasn't caused because you are lazy or what have you. It is because Buhari continue to go about to borrow money in your name, and they put the debt on you, and you and your children will have to fight a way out of that poverty, and not many people will be lucky to actually get out. So it is ideal to ask that we shouldn't be part of this mystery anymore. And if you have anything at all to fight for, I think this is worth fighting for. Okay, I plan to take calls earlier, but to be honest, I want to go and have my dinner. All right, and tomorrow is Sunday, where we're going to have our Sunday sermon. We're going to have our our prime time 9 p.m. broadcast in the evening. So yeah, we'll have a lot of time together tomorrow. But for now, thank you so much for spending your night with me. Okay, if you are a youth corper, they have read the riot act to you. If you want to continue to be a patriotic Liejirian, well, I wish you safe journey. If you should by any chance fall victim of any kidnappers and the rest of them, I'm very sorry. When I hear your story, I will use your story to educate others, and hope not many will end up like you. And I hope as well, if you ever get caught by this ravaging state-sponsored terrorists, and you pay ransom and you come out, well, I will still use your story and tell the story of youth corpers who travel to this place to go and serve Liejiriya. What are you going there to serve? It's up to you. Whatever happened to you, please avoid you becoming my story. Because like they say, there's nothing good that is not useful. There's nothing bad that is not useful. Okay? When something is bad, you can use it as a very good example of what will happen to people who think that they can eat their cake and have it, or possibly run faster than their shadow. Okay, so if something bad happens, you can use that as an example to those who don't want to end up like you. If good things happen, we also use that as an example to tell people to do good, because there's always a reward for doing good. So choose what you want to do, good or bad, ignorant or smart, is up to you. Whatever happens, don't be my story in that way. I love it. Nobody really talk much about if you have a 5.2 GPA. Not these days, not even in your own Nigerian universities, where the best graduating students are being given pressing iron or blender, electric blender. And then somebody who won Big Brother Africa will be collecting 90 million. You dig? That's the Nigeria where schools, even where you should be appreciated, doesn't give a damn about you. Do everything you can not to be my story in that way. But whatever happens, I will always be here. So thank you so much, everyone, for your time. Before you leave, especially my friends on YouTube, if you have the time, give me that thumb up, click like on that video before you leave, okay? I'm going to see you tomorrow for Sunday sermon. And thank you for your time, and good night.
Àní ẹ̀sùn rákì. Maiyegun ti dé. Maiyegun ti dé. Ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀sùn rákì. Maiyegun ti dé. Àní ẹ̀sùn rákì. Maiyegun ti dé. Lórí Facebook. Maiyegun ti dé. Àní ẹ̀sùn rákì. Maiyegun ti dé. Lórí YouTube. Maiyegun ti dé. Àní ẹ̀sùn rákì. Maiyegun gbé wúrẹ́. Àní ẹ̀sùn àjò. Ijó ìgbádìyẹ. Àní ẹ̀sùn àjò. Pẹ̀sìdó bá rúfin o. Àní ẹ̀sùn àjò. Kí gómìnà kówó jẹ. Àní ẹ̀sùn àjò. Ọlọ́pàá tí ń darí bá. Àní ẹ̀sùn àjò. Aṣòfin tí ń rúfin òwò. Àní ẹ̀sùn àjò. Òkúrọ̀ olóṣèlú. Àní ẹ̀sùn àjò. Ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀sùn ràgì. Àní ẹ̀sùn ràgì. Maiyegun ti dé, gbogbo ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀sùn ràgì. Maiyegun ti dé, gbogbo ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀sùn ràgì. Ṣùgbọ́n ní bá ti ṣe èyí tó yẹ kí wọ́n ṣe, ọmọ bá dèrò ní fi wọ́n níran o.
Maiyegun ti dé, gbogbo ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀sùn ràgì. Maiyegun ti dé, gbogbo ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀sùn ràgì. Ṣùgbọ́n ní bá ti ṣe èyí tó yẹ kí wọ́n ṣe, ọmọ bá dèrò ní fi wọ́n níran.
Wọ́n fowó bẹ́ẹ̀ o, Maiyegun ó sọ pé wọ́n ò bẹ́ẹ̀. Wọ́n fowó bẹ́ẹ̀, Maiyegun ó sọ pé wọ́n ò bẹ́ẹ̀. Oníkan ṣáàtì ṣe èyí tó yẹ kí wọ́n ṣe fáwọn ará ìlú tó gbé wọn débẹ̀ o.
Maiyegun ti dé, gbogbo ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀sùn ràgì. Maiyegun ti dé, gbogbo ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀sùn ràgì. Ṣùgbọ́n ní bá ti ṣe yìí tó yẹ kí wọ́n ṣe, ọmọ bá dẹ́rọ̀ ò ní fi wọ́n níran.
Kì máa yí ṣe eré, ọ̀rọ̀ yìí kì í ṣe ẹ̀fẹ̀. Kì máa yí ṣe eré, ọ̀rọ̀ yìí kì í ṣe ẹ̀fẹ̀. Ẹni bá ti lè lẹ́bọ̀ lẹ́rù o, ọmọ bá dèrò kàṣà ìtú wọn síta.
Maiyegun ti dé, gbogbo ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀sùn ràgì. Maiyegun ti dé, gbogbo ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀sùn ràgì. Ṣùgbọ́n ní bá ti ṣe yìí tó yẹ kí wọ́n ṣe, ọmọ bá dẹ́rọ̀ ò ní fi wọ́n níran.
Tẹnitẹni ọmọ Maiyegun ọ̀rẹ́ ara ìlú mọ̀mọ́ ni mo fọlọ́run sọ ẹ̀ bá kìlẹ́bù. Lóòótọ́ olódodo ìlú ọ̀tá ìlú mọ̀mọ́ ni ìwọ ṣá máa ń ṣọ́ra kò sì mọ́ bẹ̀rù. Bọ́tà ń lé rí bóníṣègùn lé káwọn mọ̀mọ́ fi ṣera wọn ni ó ti dẹrùn tí wọn ò gbọ́dọ̀ sì mọ́ bẹ̀. Èèpo ọ̀bọ lọmọ bá dérò tàjẹ́ ò gbọ́dọ̀ jẹ́, ó ti jọba lórí àbínú ẹni kò sì mọ́ fòyà. Àìsíwọ́lu ní ẹnìkẹ́ ìgbódì ẹyin lábàrá o, ó kó ẹni tó bá dán o àkàmù. Maiyegun ti dé, gbogbo ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀sùn ràgì. Maiyegun ti dé, gbogbo ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀sùn ràgì o. Ẹ̀yin bá ti ṣe èyí tó yẹ kí wọ́n ṣe, ọmọ bá dèrò òní fi wọ́n níran o.
Maiyegun ti dé, gbogbo ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀sùn ràgì. Maiyegun ti dé, gbogbo ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀sùn ràgì. Ṣùgbọ́n ní bá ti ṣe yìí tó yẹ kí wọ́n ṣe, ọmọ bá dẹ́rọ̀ ò ní fi wọ́n níran.